So when you go into ChatGPT, you got to talk to it in layers. So at first it's like a real person. So you got to get to know each other, and you tell it how you want it to talk to you. So in my personal ChatGPT, I asked it to talk to me as if it was an attorney and I was a paralegal in my first year of law school, because I know a little bit about nothing. So when the Chat GPT and I established our boundaries as far as my learning parameter, I then put the copy pasted my ex's argument into Chat GPT and compared it to the ARS statutes, which are the Arizona revised statutes for family court, or the
And
state.
Arizona is one of the states where there's punitive damages if a parent withholds the child.
Correct. There's a lot of consequences for parental alienation and for going against a court order, and as far as a contempt of court, especially when you're doing it facetiously and not obeying the judge. As far as Chat GPT, I took her argument and I compared it to the Arizona revised statutes for, the rules for family court here in Arizona. And I asked it, I said, can you find any violation on my part? No violation was found according to ChatGPT. So there was no argument to be said. So when I went into court, there was nothing for me to rebuttal, or to excuse or defend against, because I did nothing wrong. So knowing that going in there, I knew her shit was a bunch of hot wind, and she was getting an attorney to try to present it as the garbage as food for everybody to consume. So knowing that, I went ahead and I made sure that everything that the attorney put in there, as far as his argument or his it wasn't even an argument, his explanation around child support and why the modification needed to be done, I was able to say, well, he mentioned this, but where is the ARS statute as far as her back child support, or as far as her being on time with child support? So I was able to take his argument, or his what he was going to use as an argument, and I was able to also compare that to ChatGPT and say, well, if he wants to argue this point, and you would do this for your own case, but if they want to argue this point, how does that coincide or parallel to where they're at default on this portion of the case? So for instance, if your ex is saying, well, he won't co-parent, he won't communicate, well, it's impossible to communicate if you're always trying to accuse him of being abusive.
Yeah.
Why would he want to communicate with you? So we need to establish where that breakdown comes, and either through parental, court modification, where you go in front of the judge or a mediator and you try to hash it out before trial. If you, as the man, whether black, white, whatever, go in there and say, look, this is what I have, this is what I've been doing, here's my yearly day planner of me dropping off the kids, picking up the kids on time, here's the emails. I'm curious to know what emails she has that are in question that are so toxic that she feels we can't communicate. Otherwise, we need to get past this, and she needs to get past her ego, and we need to do this for the best interest of the kids.
There are a number of ways to parallel family court to the game of chess, and why it is considered a three-dimensional chess game. Most are too intimidated to attempt even with an attorney. Game number 1 would be parents as chess pieces, and what you know of the game, and if you are a quick study. 1. King and Queen. The parents can be likened to the king and queen. The king, representing the family's core, is vulnerable and needs protection. The queen, symbolizing strength and support, often takes a more active role in strategic decisions. 2. Bishops and knights. Parents might also be compared to bishops and knights, each with distinct strengths. Bishops may represent the guidance and moral influence a parent provides, while knights can symbolize the protective and proactive aspects of parenthood. Game number 2 are the lawyers as chess pieces and how they affect the game. 1. Rooks. Lawyers can be seen as the rooks on the legal chessboard, moving strategically to safeguard their clients' interests. Like rooks, they have a broad range of motion within the legal framework. 2. Knights. Lawyers may also be compared to knights, navigating the legal landscape with expertise and precision. Their role involves making tactical moves to advance their client's position. Game 3 are the judges and magistrates as chess pieces and how to work around them in the game. 1. Queens. Judges with significant decision-making power can be compared to queens. Their role involves balancing the interests of both parties and ensuring a fair resolution. Like queens, judges have a wide range of authority. 2. Kings, alternatively, judges can be likened to kings, symbolizing the central authority in the legal process. Their decisions can determine the direction of the legal game. Specific roles and strategic moves. 1. Strategic planning. Each role in family court, like chess pieces, requires strategic planning. Parents must plan their moves, considering the well-being of the family. Lawyers strategize legal approaches, and judges plan decisions that align with legal principles. 2. Coordination. Just as chess pieces work together to achieve victory, collaboration among parents, lawyers, and judges is crucial in family court cases. Effective communication and coordination lead to better outcomes. 3. Protective moves. In both scenarios, protective moves are essential. Parents and lawyers must take steps to shield their interests, much like chess pieces defending their positions on the board. 4. Adaptability. Chess pieces need to adapt to the changing dynamics of the game. Similarly, those involved in family court cases must be adaptable, adjusting strategies based on evolving circumstances. By drawing parallels between the roles in family court and chess pieces, you can convey the intricate and strategic nature of navigating the legal process. Emphasize the importance of thoughtful moves, coordination, and adaptability for success in both arenas. Explore legal strategies, evidence, arguments, negotiations as chess moves. 5. Evidence as moves. Just as chess players strategically position their pieces on the board, lawyers strategically present evidence to build a compelling case. Each piece of evidence can be seen as a move to strengthen their position. Arguments as tactics. Crafting legal arguments is akin to planning tactical moves in chess. Lawyers must anticipate their opponent's responses and plan persuasive arguments that strategically advance their client's position. Negotiations as endgame moves. Negotiations can be compared to the endgame in chess, where players strive for a favorable outcome. Lawyers negotiate to reach settlements or favorable terms, much like players seek a winning endgame position. Planning several steps ahead, like in chess, is vital in family court cases. Anticipating moves. Just as chess players anticipate their opponent's moves, lawyers must foresee potential legal maneuvers. Planning ahead allows them to prepare robust responses and adapt to changing circumstances during the legal process. Long-term strategy. Lawyers should adopt a long-term strategic approach, considering the overall case trajectory. Planning several steps ahead helps them navigate complex legal proceedings with foresight and precision. Represent the legal system as a chessboard. Legal stages as squares. Different legal stages and milestones can be represented as squares on the chessboard. Each square symbolizes a specific phase of the legal process, and moving through these stages strategically is crucial for success. Strategic thinking and navigation. Navigating the legal board involves strategic thinking, much like moving chess pieces across the board. Lawyers must consider the implications of each legal move and plan their path strategically. Emphasize the importance of timing and patience. Strategic timing. In both chess and family court, timing is critical. Lawyers must choose the opportune moment to present evidence, make arguments, or engage in negotiations. Impulsive moves without considering timing can be detrimental. Patience as a virtue. Patience is a shared virtue in chess and family court. Rushed decisions or impulsive actions can lead to negative consequences. Lawyers and parties involved must exercise patience to achieve the best possible outcomes. Compare legal tactics, document preparation, witness testimonies to chess tactics. Document preparation as positional play. Similar to positional play in chess, thorough document preparation establishes a strong legal position. Each document is a strategic move to influence the overall situation. Witness testimonies as tactical moves. Witness testimonies can be equated to tactical moves in chess. Lawyers strategically deploy witnesses to reinforce their case or weaken the opponent's position. Effectiveness of tactics. Discuss how the effectiveness of legal tactics, like chess tactics, depends on the context. Some tactics may be more suitable in specific situations, highlighting the need for a nuanced approach. The endgame. Critical decisions in the endgame. In both family court cases and chess games, the endgame is a critical phase where decisions have a significant impact on the final outcome. Lawyers must make strategic choices to secure favorable resolutions. Share success stories or case studies. 1. Strategic thinking in action. Showcase real-life examples where strategic thinking and planning led to positive outcomes in family court cases. Highlight how specific legal moves or decisions played a crucial role in achieving success. 2. When online researching and talking in forums, sharing your experiences encourage your audience to share their experiences or thoughts on how they perceive the comparison between legal processes and chess. This fosters engagement and allows for a broader discussion on the topic and growth in your ideas. Introduce legal terminology alongside chess jargon to better comprehend the experience. Drawing parallels. Identify parallels between legal terminology and chess jargon. For example, checkmate in chess could be compared to a successful legal argument that seals a case. This approach makes complex legal concepts more accessible and relatable. Thank you for watching another awesome video from the Norman Nix Show, LLC. All artistic rights reserved.